think it was several $100,000. And he took that money and put it into a Korean bank here in Jeonju. And in the States, that was very controversial because Korea was politically unstable at the time, and the won was not a stable currency, and so there was a fear that that money would be lost. But the Korean bank was also paying very high interest for savings. So he put that money into the Korean banks, and it very quickly grew into a large amount of money. And the German government, the Lutheran Church in Germany is a state church, and so through their government they have a program of identifying around the world areas of need for investing charitable money. And their requirement was for matching. In other words, someone would come up with so much, they would give that much for a project. And so because of investing this grant of money in the Korean banks, all of a sudden Yesu Pyongwon had a lot of money. And so the German government donated the matching funds, and that allowed this building to be built. And he was very proud of that.
Thank you. And then, will you please tell me about your father's character? What to think about your father?
Well, he was a very energetic man. He always had many things going on. He was writing books. He was always taking pictures. It drove us crazy. He loved to sail, recreational boating. He liked to climb mountains, so he would always take everyone, we'd go up a mountain, we'd say, going on an expedition. In the meantime, he enjoyed his medical work and surgery. He did a number of projects, different kinds of surgeries, where he would do many kinds of these surgeries just to get the experience. And here at PMC, he did a series of about 250 hand operations for leprosy reconstruction to give functioning hands. And after he left PMC, he did surgery in the United States. He did 2 different series of about 200 patients each for obesity surgery, which is a big problem in the U.S., not so much here. But he was always involved in those kinds of projects. He was very interested in the Korean political situation and the larger global political situation. He was always often asked by politicians, diplomats for advice about Korea, and he enjoyed that very much.
So, is it okay if I ask you about your mother? Same question?
Yes. My mother was a stabilizing force for him because he was always going, and she was kind of keeping him on an even keel. She was a good mother to the children, but he was a free spirit, and so she sometimes would put the brakes, which was a good thing. But she worked with him very closely as a partner in writing books, and then she wrote a book herself, and that meant a lot to her to be able to have first credit on a book because she did very much of the work on several of the books that he wrote.
Thank you. And then, and lastly, would you please give us the steps, so your message, special message today?
Well, it's just a very humbling experience to come back to this institution. And when I left, it was still in the old building, and it was, like I said, it was overcrowded for that facility. It was being run by missionaries, and now it is a much bigger hospital. It is modern and clean, and it's obvious the standard of medical care is high. It's a very nice facility. It still is emphasizing medical education, which he was very proud of having launched in this area. The nursing school, he was very proud of the work in getting the nursing school started with Mrs. Pritchard, and it's very humbling to me to see how this is still going very strong and well. long after, more than a generation after Korean management. And that made him very proud because that was his goal all the time, was that this would be Korean run and by well-trained people that would continue to value quality in medical care. That was very important for him. So, and the fact that the hospital is involved in programs like the uninsured immigrant clinic, that would mean a lot to him if he knew about that, that it still has outreach as a focus.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
However, could you please send some message to them lastly?
Well, I'm very proud to be a nurse, and also very proud of Jim's father and to see the work, and it was just a really humbling experience to be able to come, and we appreciate your hospitality very much.
Yeah, sure. Just thanks for having us. It was a very nice visit, and I was really impressed by the hospital.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.